What's up, guys? Your boy FTB Nelly in the building. Welcome to Set Up Podcast. Got my co-host Allie in the building.
What's going on?
Got home team Hollywood out here, aka Blake Cyr, aka Baby Jumps. You got it.
Baby Jumps.
Baby Jumps.
I love it.
We were just right down the road from your home, yeah, over at the U.
We were. University of Miami, down in Wynwood, the design district. I mean, look at this place. This place is beautiful. I mean, it doesn't get better than this.
Do you come out here much at all? Do you come down here?
I've only been here like one time, but I've never been in like this area. And like when I was driving through here, like the artwork and scenery, like I haven't seen it like this. And
it's so cool.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
The walls are amazing.
The walls are so nice.
So let me ask you, and I know you're a religious dude. You follow any great churches out here? Anything you like to pass through?
So
touch up?
Last year we had a pastor come and talk to the team. Out here, have I found any churches? I haven't, but what I have been doing to stay in touch with God and stuff is like I'm big on like I want to live Jesus through me. So like everything I do in my day-to-day life, I want people to be like, what drives him to be like that? And then that could lead into a conversation of just like God has put me here for a reason, and God put me on this earth to sprinkle a little bit of love about him onto you in case you don't know anything about it. And like that's kind of how I want to be. And like that's my biggest drive in baseball, I think, is just like how hard I grew up, and then he's gotten me through everything that I went through, and I wouldn't be anywhere where I'm at right now without him. Like even as a little kid, I was sick. I was really sick as a little kid, and like the doctor told my parents that the only way I'm here is as for a miracle. So
take it and drive with it, right?
I mean, 100%. And like with my platform, like I kind of want to tie everything in. Like God he's writing my story day in and day out, and he's also writing y'all's story. So like I would say he's driven me to be the person I am today, and I wouldn't be here without him for sure.
No, and that's a blessing. I just want to touch upon it because I know you're a big religious guy, and that's something you really strong beliefs in, and all that
100%,
stuff.
100%.
And I'm glad that you're still on it, and you're still doing your thing.
100%.
Everybody needs something to believe in.
Exactly.
If it's Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever it is, you need something to drive you.
And if anyone ever has any questions, like please, like that's honestly what I live for. Like I want y'all to come to me, and I want y'all to ask me, and doesn't matter who you are, I want to answer and I want to help, because that's what I live for. Yeah, we're all here in the materialistic world, but at the end of the day, I want to help y'all. So
at what age do you think that level of faith, if you call it, per se, was instilled in you, and kind of why? How do you think you found this journey for yourself? Because it sounds like you've been on a crazy one. Yeah. That a lot of people, could get lost down a totally different path than
I
on
agree.
a stage under the lights.
So I would say probably when I was 13, 14, and honestly it had to do with my brother and like everything that we went through together, and like the fact that like we even made it that far was like insane. And like it wasn't for no reason. Yep. And growing up, I always was religious, but I got to the point to where I'm at now, I'd say when I committed. Yeah. Because I went through so much growing up, and then like I was a high level prospect and committed at a young age, and like everyone was asking like how, why, and like I give all my thanks like to my Lord and Savior, because like everything that I do and like he's blessed me with talent like is because of him. So I would say at that young age is when I kind of got into it, and then when I got older, like now is like I wanna that's what I want to do when I'm older. I want to help the world. I want to talk to people, and I want to help them out like with the things that they're going through, and like that no matter how hard it is, at the end of the day it'll get better.
And that's awesome, because listen, everybody goes through the trials.
100%.
I started coaching because I fumbled my bag. I went through. I was a baseball guy and went the wrong route. But I didn't have the best life at that point. Yeah. And God willing, I had Jared Goodwin and my father to bring me right back. And FTB,
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, FTB is.
Look at us now.
Well, what? It's one thing that makes you such an amazing coach. And like you say, you brought a family aspect, which that's something that a lot of these kids don't have, that let alone.
Exactly.
Well, when you come from the mud, I mean, all you have, a lot of people out there that understand it. And even if you're not from the mud, the one thing people search for is a family.
Someone to lean on.
Yeah, something like I have that could say, like, I got this person or that person. Because when you're really by yourself, alpha or no alpha, and I'm a true alpha, so I got a wolf in my coat. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. Whether it's yourself in the mirror or whatnot, you need something to talk to.
Need somebody there.
Yeah, so I'm big on that family, so I'm glad you're really into that that.
Well, and will you walk me through a little bit too? you committed so young, and it was definitely a different process than just the average guy that could commit to a big school. But will you walk me through a little bit what your experience was like, just for a lot of the kids that don't know yet or haven't gone through the recruiting process, just what that was like for you?
Yeah, for sure. So that's actually a big question that I get on my socials, is just like how the recruiting process was for me. And honestly, it changed now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't, you can't even
to your junior,
or can't even talk to the coaches until your junior.
Really?
So that,
and what's considered talking? Like can
phone
coaches
call,
reach out on social media now? Even is that a big no?
No, yeah, you can't. So but when I was in 8th grade, so I wasn't like a big perfect game guy growing up. At the young age, I was just train. Didn't go to much tournaments. Yeah. No one knew who I was. Mm-hmm. And then I played on this team called the National Scout Team that my buddy, shout out to Owen Flynn. You know Owen Flynn, right? I know Owen. Shout out to Owen Flynn. He called me. He's like, yo, this team, they need a shortstop, and they've never seen you. They don't know who you are because you're kind of under the radar. But I told them you're good. Don't let me down. I was like, oh my gosh. And this is at the PG World Series in Atlanta. Yeah. And so I was like, okay. So my family and I, we drove the 6.5 hours. And actually I showed up to the first game in the 4th inning because it was such a last minute notice. Mm-hmm. And after that weekend at the PG World Series, when I got my name out there and colleges started coming to see guys in 8th grade, they were there. They were at the games, and all the kids on the team were high-profile kids. Mm-hmm. And so all the scouts were at those games, and I just got lucky enough to perform how I needed to perform in front of the right guys. Well,
and that's such an intimidating environment, I think, to come into, that self-confidence thing that we were talking about is so important in that moment. How old were you when that happened?
14 years old, yeah. And I knew, I agree with as you said, I was definitely shaking in my boots on the way to the field. I was definitely a little nervous going there. But I sat back with my mom and we talked about it, and this is what I've been working for my whole life, a moment, opportunity like this. And that's honestly all life is, an opportunity. And when you get that opportunity, you need to make the most of it. And that's what I did. So.
That's fire. That's fire.
And from your perspective as a coach, what do you think you see in a kid like Blake that really just sets them apart? I mean, you asked him on what's the do's, don'ts in a way. As a coach, what do you think, and someone who's been through it, you played, what is something that you see instilled in a kid like him that sets him apart?
Well, camaraderie is a big thing for me. You know what I mean? If you can get along with a teammate, you're not a cancer. I mean, it's going to tell me everything. The first thing I noticed with Blake, we were in, where were we in? Fort Myers?
Yeah, Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, he was hanging in our dugout. Yeah. Playing with Elite Squad, shout out to Richard Palmer, one of my big dogs out there, shout out to Richie. Playing with Elite Squad, and he was just in our dugout with me and Mac. Just in our dugout, just hanging out with us. And when you have a kid like that, and he obviously, he works hard, he's playing hard, he's in an event like that, in an organization like Elite Squad, you got to be a dude. Mm-hmm. So obviously he was good at baseball, but I don't look just for that. I don't care for that, because it takes one cancer in my dugout to ruin everything.
Exactly.
So, they're going to go through that in every level he plays. But for me as a coach, I have to have a guy that's willing to, be a brother, not just a selfish baseball player. He could have been selfish many times, selfish swing, selfish whatever. You're talking about a kid that played with first rounders, and he had the most home runs on the team. Yeah. Not one time he let that be known. Mm-hmm. The videos talk for itself. But at the end of the day, it's just, for me, it's just, I don't want entitled kids. I don't want, I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't mind helping them with a team like that. It's got to be someone that's just real camaraderie, real energetic. I'm a hype. I'm about the team. I'm not just me guy. I'm not a me. Yeah. So that's big for me. Obviously, they're talented, but it's bigger than that.
Do you guys have a favorite? Travel ball. My brothers. I remember travel ball on the road. It's experiences within itself. What is a core memory for you guys?
I would say our last summer with just the Philly Scout team YouTube videos,
just how fast it blew up.
Oh my gosh!
And none of us expected it to blow up.
But I think the craziest moment was, you can't even deny it, Elijah's home run in Alabama.
Oh, when
that is insane.
I sat there and called it and said, Elijah hit a home run today.
Wow! The furthest ball I've ever seen hit in my life.
When you got CC Sabathia and you got Andrew Jones in the back and Prince Fielder screaming, it's a bomb. You're talking about big leaguers, Hall of Famers right there. It's a bomb. So
that was the craziest
moment on the field for sure for us too. I agree with you there. I had fun with that, and honestly, with me, for you, was when you hit the home run in Jupiter.
I was gonna say in Jupiter. Jupiter was so much fun. That is a fun tournament to play in.
That was big. That's a memory that's always gonna be there. It's a bomb right there.
Yeah.
Wow. against X team. I won't forget.
No. CBU.
CBU. You're right. Even better.
Playoff game.
Sorry, CBU. Even better.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. Even better.
Close relationship here. So I want you guys to just make a smooth introduction of, take me back where we met, how you guys know each other. I know that you played for Nelly.
I did. Yeah, so I ended up playing for Nelly on the summer circuit. All of our baseball guys, y'all understand how that goes. Nelly's with FTB, owns FTB. I still think to this day, greatest program of all time, Florida travel ball. It doesn't get better than Florida baseball. It just doesn't. I mean, you can't find better baseball anywhere else. I mean, Drew Jones could argue Georgia, but sorry, Drew. Nelly and I are taking Florida all day long. I played 2 summers with Nelly, and like, reason being I was with Nelly is because of like the family aspect that he brought to the table. And like, that's honestly like who I am as a person. Like, I just love like that family aspect that he brought. Like, every time, like, it was fun and it was baseball, but every one of those players knew that like we were all loved by our coach, which was Nelly, and we just grew a great relationship through that.
Yeah, like for me, that's the biggest thing, right? As a coach, I'm not the typical coach. Like, everybody else want to coach you up, want to chew you out or whatever. For me, it's about mentoring, being a brother aspect. I want him to be able to come to me for any problems, not 100%. Just baseball problems.
Yeah.
These are life experiences for me. So, granted, we're big on family. I'm not trophy chasing. I'm not going to sacrifice Blake. I'm not going to sacrifice my arms just to win a trophy.
No way.
It costs $10. The goal is to get him to the next level, which, God willing, it worked. And now moving on to the big boy stuff.
Exactly. Right? And like, even to this day, like, that feels like yesterday. That summer that we played with the Phillies, like, I still cannot believe it was 2.5 years ago. Like, it feels like yesterday. I stay in touch with Nelly almost every day. I stay in touch with 2 of my best friends till this day, Elijah Green and Drew Jones, every day. Like, the connections you make, like, through summer is just like, it's unbeatable. And honestly, that summer circuit, like, for like y'all young kids that are going through that, like, take advantage of that. Because honestly, it's the best thing that I ever went through. That is like the most fun that I've ever had with all the people that I met, all the friends that I have, and still till this day, that's who I talk to.
As it should be, right?
Yeah.
Family dynamic. We go to war together.
100%.
Blood, sweat, and tears. That's a huge thing in baseball.
100%. I mean, it's taught me so much now.
Yeah, look at it now. I mean, it builds character.
It does.
Do you think you struggled at all making the transition from travel ball to college ball?
I would say I wouldn't say struggle. I would just say that it was just different to where the aspect of how much baseball I was playing before and the competition. But last year, our coaches and our staff, they got us in the right position to where we didn't struggle and we weren't going to struggle. So no, I wouldn't say there were much struggles other than the fact of like how much stuff we did with the conditioning, the practicing, the nonstop baseball. That was the difference.
Was pitching pretty similar?
No. It was definitely much better. I mean, it's D1, Power 5, definitely much better. But like I said, in the fall, we work so much and do so much that like our coaches prepared us for that.
Yeah. And
then we're the kind of guys, and you know, that when you get prepared for that, and if you buy in, you're going to succeed.
I just want a little bit more information too on, and we spoke a little bit last time I saw you, but just the experience that you get at the University of Miami.
Yeah.
Just kind of touch on, I know you guys just got back to campus. And
yeah.
Going to school. So kind of just what your experience is like here in Miami.
So I'm from Orlando originally, born and raised in Orlando, and I'm a sophomore now at the university. And I love the university. As a freshman moving to Miami, it was definitely a challenge because it's a lot, honestly, like I've never been to a place like Miami. I've never lived in a place like Miami. And so my freshman fall was definitely a challenge with like all the new stuff of how much we were playing baseball. Like I was never exposed to that much of baseball. And like, I mean, I love it. Like I'm so happy that I am now, but it was definitely an adjustment to where I was in Orlando now to here in Miami. But like now that I went through a whole year of it and I'm back here, like I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
You got to kind of see it as more or less of a job, right?
100%.
Job now, where before you just show up at a certain time, you do this. Now it's 24/7. I got to get my schoolwork done. I got to go work out. I got to get this done.
The schoolwork. Oh my God.
I mean, it's a full-time job. Especially on a scholarship, it's work. You're going to work now.
It is.
The minute you open your eyes.
Student athlete's a full-time job. Yeah, anyway, just walk me through a typical day in the life of Blake Cyr.
Yeah.
What does Mr. Hollywood do on a daily basis?
Well, as of today, I woke up at 6. I had to lift at 7. We got like 3 lift groups. So my group's at 7. We lift at 7. And then after that, I go to the nutrition center. I get breakfast, eat breakfast. And then I go to my 10-10 class, English. So then I'm in class from 10-10 to 11. And then I got 11-15 class, science, which is crazy. So I struggle in that class big time. And English.
And all your classes are in person?
Oh, all my classes are in person.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'd be lying to y'all if I said I was good at school. But I try because it's a part of the job.
I'd be lying and sad.
Yeah.
Just gotta get done to do the job.
Yeah, definitely not. But it's okay. You know, I'm student first.
There you go.
So I got my science class after that. I usually go back to the field at 12. I eat lunch at the field. They always provide lunch at the field. And then we start practice at 1:30. And then from 1:30 to about 5, we're at the field. And that's just for the fall. That's just for right now, you know, all the NCAA rules and stuff. So that's what we got right now. And then that's every day.
That's more than a full-time job.
Yeah, actually, no, not Wednesdays. We don't do it Wednesdays because of the NCAA regulations and stuff. You like 8 hours and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's what we got every day. And then after practice, we go to the athletes dining hall. And all the athletes, we go eating there. Great food, actually.
Talk to me, though, twin. Talk to me about the campus. Talking about the friends you got, your teammates. Talking about your life, for real. Bro.
This year's actually like...
I ain't never been to Miami University like that.
No, I know.
I ain't been in the campus.
Yeah, the campus life is great. Like, I love the University of Miami school. Word. Like, I love that. Like, and especially this year, like, us and the guys, like, every weekend, like, we're all getting together. Like, we're doing stuff, like, with the other teams, like basketball and like the dance team, like, you know, like we're always hanging out. So we're always having a good time, which is nice. Like last year, we didn't really have that. But like now this year is so much fun because we're starting to bond more, which is nice. I like it.
And I'm sure too, like you feel a little more confident. I'm not a freshman no more. I'm out there walking
a
little sophomore, same vibes.
You know how I am though. My freshman year, I might have been might have a little more confidence than I do now. That's how it's supposed to be though.
You never know, twin.
Yeah.
But now you get it, like. The fact that you have that mental, aspect of yourself, the confidence and everything. I mean, not a lot of kids can have that. So would any advice you would give?
Oh, I mean, I think
campus? This ain't high school now.
No. You definitely need to walk in with like you. Obviously, I'm not that kind of person where I don't want to be like, I don't want to showboat. I don't want to like, show everyone like about me or like put it all on me. Like you need to do it for yourself. Like you need to like understand who you are and you need to hold yourself to a higher standard.
So let me ask you this. So what's the do's and don'ts?
As a freshman, I would say I was always in high school a workaholic. You know how I was. Yeah. I was waking up at 5 a.m. in high school, because my dream, baseball is my way out. My dream is to be great. So I want to do what the greats do. So and in high school, that's what I was doing. Every day I was just wanting to live out my dream. Mm-hmm. So then I get to college and like, it's obviously a lot more workload than high school was, just like with like the structured stuff.
Yeah.
So like my freshman fall, I caught myself doing too much and like not recovering. So yes, you want to work hard, but I promise you like your school, y'all do enough. And like recovery is just as important as training, as hard as you need to.
We were just talking about the off days.
Exactly. You need off days. Like on the weekends, during the day, Saturday, I'm watching college football all day long on my couch. Sunday, I'm huge into fantasy. Go Cowboys. That's all I'm going to say. Because we look good this year. Y'all can't, come on. I would love to talk about the Cowboys right now. You watch the game against the Jets and the Giants.
You heard what he said? The
Jets.
The Jets are supposed to have a good defense.
Pop Warner.
Oh my gosh. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
So, I mean, more or less, like, what I need to find out is how my little bro right here, my princess, it's always gonna be my princess. Yeah. How you got the name Hollywood, twin?
Yeah.
Who gave you that?
Honestly,
it wasn't me, bro.
No.
Do people actually, like, you're walking across campus, is it like you hear it?
Yeah, I definitely do. And it's people I don't even know. No. Sometimes they're like, I have AirPods in, and like I'm walking with my back pocket and say something. Let me just keep on going.
But where'd it come from?
Like, it didn't get brought up in the summer, but like Hollywood was like something when I was little. People called me Hollywood when I was little, and then like even the team didn't even know that. And I came my freshman year, and because of YouTube and stuff, like I had a pretty good following.
Yeah.
And like I guess with like how my personality is, Ronaldo Gallo, like, who was one of my best friends last year on the team, he got drafted by the Pirates. Mm-hmm. He was like, man, you're so Hollywood. And then everyone from there, Hollywood ended up on my water bottle. And now it's a thing in Miami, Hollywood. And it sticks.
It's like you said, though, you kind of have to have the confidence. Like, even to say you kind of had a following on YouTube, not a lot of guys in the baseball world are as comfortable putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's such a benefit. Like, the following that you've grown on social media, how do you think it's affected? Do you think it's affected the game at all?
I don't think it's affected, like, my game at all. Like, I've actually, like, I love talking about this because, like, it is what I want to do when I'm older after baseball. So, like, my following on Instagram and on TikTok is, like, it all runs into, like, who I want to be. Mm-hmm. And, like, because, like, so when I grew up, like, I didn't have that much of, like, an influence other than my uncles. But I didn't have, like, that other influence, like, to look up to anybody or, like, to, like, you know, ask questions, you know? So, like, with my following, I'm blessed to have because, like, I want to be that person for, like, the kids that follow me, you know? Like, I want them to look up to me and I want them to ask me questions. Like, and that's what I'm all about. Like, I just want to help people because I didn't really have that guidance as a little kid, and I want to be that for people. No. So, like, I'm just blessed to have the following that I do now, and, you know, that's what I want to do with it. I just want to run with that aspect of just helping people.
I mean, it was you and Diamas Ross. Shout out to Mr. Smiles.
Yeah, Mr. Stretch.
Yeah, Stretch out there.
Yeah.
He was Smiles for us. All he did was smile, but he was Stretch guy. But that was y'all took over to YouTube. I mean, between Elijah Green, Drew Jones, and everybody who they loved and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, you two were the personality of the whole segment.
As a team, for real, we were the personality. We loved being in front of the camera.
Home team started a whole backflip trend.
Yeah.
To this day, kids are still
now
backflipping.
And they swear that they do it better than me.
Yes.
That's crazy.
They call them out.
That is crazy.
They
call me out on Instagram. That's crazy. They think they do it better.
Yeah, that's a fact. All of them say that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you did. You were a trendsetter in my eyes. I will say that. I mean, you earned it. You came out, you know, the long way. You're definitely doing the right things. I mean, what is the biggest thing you will take from travel ball now that you're on to the next level? Because obviously your goals ain't stopping here.
Yeah.
Right? The next thing, in my opinion, should be 1-1.
Yeah.
2 years, but
2 years. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the
next year.
Next year. So that's
next year. That's the goal.
But
yeah.
What would you tell the kids to get where you're at right now? Like, what was the main, you know, what drove you to where you're at?
I would say just like kind of how I grew up.
Word.
Like I didn't grow up like a lot of kids did, especially now in Miami. Like I kind of see like how fortunate like kids do have it growing up, and like I never had that. And I knew from a young kid that like what I'm going through is like to me it was normal, but it took me a while to understand that like it's not normal. So like I didn't grow up like with the most stuff, like the most amount of money. You know, it was definitely a struggle growing up, and like I was driven because like I refuse to let my kids go through that. Yeah. And like that is like, you know, like I had to mature at a young age because like, look, at a quick age, I was like, look, I'm over this. I want to grow up and I won't let my family go through this. Mm-hmm. So even throughout that travel ball, like I just kept working so hard because my main goal was for my family when I'm older. Yeah. Like, you know, like I sacrificed going out in high school. Like I didn't do none of that. Like I sacrificed, like, you know, all these kids and like, you know, they're drinking in high school and stuff. Like still to this day, I've never had a sip of alcohol because like, I want to be that different. Like, I just want to be different. You know, honestly, like that's the normal at my age. Yeah. But like kids want to have fun and stuff. And like, please y'all go do you. But like, I'm ready to grow up and like, I want to do something with my life. I feel like that takes a step back. And for me, we're like trying to go where I want to go.
You're not wrong. It does take a step back. I mean, I
still
remember in Georgia, your little situation. Don't need to get into it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a life-changing situation. That obviously you got to make an adjustment.
Exactly.
And again, I mean, when we first did a segment with you on my YouTube channel, I mean, if you haven't seen it, Today in the Life with Blake Cyr, it's almost false.
100%.
Because it's not your house.
Exactly.
That was your friend's crib.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think you came from Lamborghinis.
A lot of money and stuff.
And it wasn't that. I mean, obviously they didn't read the description and the names and, you know, the other kid's name and everybody else with different last names and stuff. More or less, I mean, that's not their job.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need to explain to them in a different aspect where you are from the mud.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
All the way up.
100%. And so like that house, I live there and like shout out to this family. Like I love them. I still, when I go home to Orlando, like that's my home. My parents just had to move away from that district. Mm-hmm. So like I moved in with them so I could play at Windermere High School, where I went to high school. And I just wanted to play for Eric Glasser. So I ended up moving with them, and then that's where the video was filmed. But you're right. Like, I had so many people like, oh my goodness, like this kid is rich.
Bold. Yeah, they
like,
all. I mean, it was a dope video.
Oh, dope video. Yeah.
But it was very like.
That's not where I come from. No, it's not where I come from. I actually give like a huge shout out to my older brother, because obviously like he was an athlete growing up. Football guy. He played football at USF, and like it was me and him through everything. Like we went through it all together. Like we went through all the struggles together, and like he, as an older brother, like he did stuff that I learned from. Right. And then everything that we went through together, like I just grew up so much faster than everybody else, because it's like, look, man, like I'm going through this and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I see how other people live and I want to live like that. And how do I get there? Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to let anything get in the way. So that's like what my advice to y'all is just like, if you have a goal, go get it, and don't let anything get in the way, and don't let anyone peer pressure you that you should be doing this. Nah, you know what you need to do, and you need to go get it. That's about it.
And you know what? That's what I love about the travel ball team we had. You know, we had different kids that come from different backgrounds and whatnot. Even the kids that had everything, dads who played football or MLB stars, you know, they had to go through their own struggles as well. So, I mean, it's just not I'm from the mud, I'm broke, or the kids that have everything. Everybody goes through their own. That's why I think having the team that we have, the scout team or travel ball experience itself, is more or less that we're building a bond, and now you're getting to know this guy. Now your two best friends, you know, they come from a different lifestyle.
Way different lifestyle.
They go through different struggles.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And now you're all together and your families for life. But to this day, I got best friends from my team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll say, like, with the struggles and stuff, like, a lot of people, like, like, I've been through a lot of things in life. But like, say something to you, like it's hard on you, but like obviously to like what I've been through, like people could say it doesn't compare, but to me that doesn't matter. Like if it's hard on you and it's taking a toll on you, that's all that matters. And like people need to understand that like people go through things and you don't even know. Like if we weren't talking about this right now, ask Nelly. I'm the most happy-go-lucky kid in the world. You would never know. You would never know. Never. So like you always need to be like looking out for people like that, and like. I always tell like my best friends, like, look, go make somebody's day today, because you know they might need it.
100%. Just because I smile don't mean you got every happy lifestyle.
Amen to that.
That's just how it is.
It's just so crazy to me, because so many kids can come from the same background or situation that's similar to you, to where you came from, but it seems that you and your brother have made a choice to let it drive you in a way. 100%. I think, and I think it's just an admirable thing, because like. Where do you think you find your determination and your drive from, in a way, when you are having a tough time? Everyone's going through it, every athlete, whether it's dealing with injury, dealing with relationship problems, whatever. What is your drive to wake up and show up at the field every day? And kind of how do you show up at the field with clear mind? Like, I have to show up and perform. It's my job. So
it just runs back to how I grew up. It's just like, I am so against, like, I don't want to put anyone through what I had to go through ever. And that trumps everything that I go through within relationship problems. If I have something going on with my friends, even if I have something going on with my parents, like if I'm in a bad mood, when I show up to the field, I'm at the field and like, this is my life. This is my way out. I snap out of it. And then when I'm done and I'm at the field and I'm done working, maybe I deal with it again. But like when I show up to the baseball field, like, the drive to be great and the drive to like make sure that like I'm successful is just like, it trumps everything, and it's not even a question. Like I get to that ballpark, I put my stuff on, I put my glove and cleats on, and I walk on and I step on that dirt, baseball. Word. And like nothing else is in my head other than being great and my goal of being 1-1, being a first rounder next year. That's just my goal.
Was it always Miami for you?
I would say yes, because like I said, I'm from Orlando, and I wanted to stay in Florida because I'm a Florida boy. I love Florida. I couldn't even imagine living anywhere else in Florida. You know, especially with traveling and travel ball tournaments. I kind of been everywhere, and it's just like, I love coming back home. So that narrowed it down to the Florida schools. And I ended up committing in 8th grade, and Gino DeMari at the time was our coach, and he actually stepped down last year. So now we have JD as our head coach. He was our pitching coach last year, but I committed for the coaching staff because the same thing as Nelly, where it was a family style team over there. I didn't feel that anywhere else other than Miami when I was on the phone getting recruited. Like they loved the players and they were players coaches, and it was a family down here. Okay. And that's why I picked it, and it was in Florida. So it was like win-win no matter what.
But there's been some recent coaching staff changes over Miami.
Yeah, so our head coach of a long time stepped down, Gino DeMari, and I loved him as a head coach last year. We had a great year. And then our hitting coach, Roberto Lopez, also stepped down. He went to UCF.
Okay.
So then our pitching coach last year, JD, is now our head coach. And then we kind of have a whole new staff.
You got Laz in there. Shout out to Laz.
Shout out to Laz. I love Laz.
He drafted my brother. Shout out to him.
I love Laz.
Yeah, I love Laz.
Yeah, we had our mental coaching skills today. We have it every day, and I like that. I like that they incorporated that into the program because like a lot of people don't understand that like athletes and like male athletes. Yeah, I will say it. We go through a lot.
We go through a lot.
A lot of people cannot say it, but we go through a lot with like just everything that we do. And then like with the outside world and how we're supposed to balance it all, like it's a lot. So the fact that we're doing that, one, it means a lot to me because like I want to help people in that aspect of life, or I want to help them if they're going through anything ever. I know I've been through a lot, so I want to help. But now I have a professional Laz, and he's been helping me. So I love that I love that we incorporated that. That's the best.
Laz is a good dude. And mental health is real in every sport.
100%.
You know, I mean, you got to walk a straight line.
Yeah.
And when you try to be a human being outside of this world, it's hard sometimes.
It is hard.
But you want to be regular too. You want to be regular,
exactly,
which is perfectly normal. But you can't in certain places.
I will say though, like on the mental health aspect of it, like yes, I've been through a lot, and like I've been through a lot more than like a lot of people would. And it's 100% so easy for me to sit down, get on a knee, and be like, I can't do this anymore. But it is what you make it, and it's your life. So you can sit down and you can feel sorry for yourself and want other people to feel sorry for you, or you can do what I did and go and want to be great and make something with what you're doing. Because as a little kid, I went through so much, and 100%, like it's hard as going through that to like get to where I'm at now. A lot of people don't even do it because they don't, you know, so.
And I think you can even take away the word health, just the mental aspect of the game
100%.
Is something that sets aside a lot of high level athletes, I think, compared to the guys who don't. And obviously that's something, you say you show up to the field and can turn it off. Not a lot of people can do that. Yeah. That's a skill. That's a mental practice. And it's.
But I would say like where I come from has helped with that. But also, like, you need to do it for yourself. You want to do it for yourself. So, like, you can't be on the field and hitting the best BP in the world if you're thinking about things off the field. You know, you need to be that kind of guy that, like, I was literally told today that the difference between big leaguers and everyone else is that they can focus like that and they don't lose focus. So that's, like, what I'm working on right now. And, like, I thought I was good at it, but you can always be better with everything that you can do.
Well, we live in a world of people with ADD.
100%.
No one can pay attention to anything for more than 5 seconds.
100%.
So let me just switch it up. Let me ask the last question.
Yeah.
This is not a baseball question. That be Nelly question right here. I'm big drip, big wave, splash, splash. You know how I rock. So, you know, we over here, we in the sneaker store. You know, I'm a big shoe guy. Tell them what you got on your feet. I'm big drip. You play good, right?
Yeah, I got the lottery packs on. I've had these for a while. Honestly, probably my favorite shoes I have right now. I think I'm going to color them off, the Nike signs off, because if you do, they turn red. So I might do that pretty soon.
If you do what?
If you, like, you come with a coin, and if you, like, scratch them off, they turn red.
That's
big
awesome.
sneaker guy, sneaker guy. So that's dope. Look good, play good, big drip.
100%.
What are you working towards right now?
The national championship this year. That's all I'm focused on. I'm focused on our new team this new year and getting to a national championship. That's all I'm focused on right now. Nothing else. Everything else will fall into place. You take care of what's happening that day, day by day, everything else will fall.
Everything else grows. I agree.
That's how it is.
I agree with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you log it out.
I love it. Well, I just love getting to catch up with you again.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys for joining us. This was a fun first episode.
It was. It is our first one.
I can't wait to catch up after the championship.
Yo, that would be fun. Maybe we do it in Omaha.
Omaha would be crazy.
Y'all come to Omaha.
That would be crazy. Omaha.
We bring everybody to Omaha.
Blake Cyr don't hit a home run. We're not doing it. I don't take ground balls. Ground balls are out. So don't do that.
I'll make a Hollywood fathead.
Please. Please. I would love that.
Nah, but thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Shout out to Setup. FTB Nelly in the building. Got my boy Blake. Shout out to co-host
Peace.
Allie. We're out. Home team vibe.